Cheeky tips Man United and Chelsea wins, Main to score. After all the midweek action, we're back for some more Premier League games this weekend and Cheeky is here to give you his best tips, with odds from Paddy Power throughout. West Ham v Chelsea. These London rivals have met 50 times in the Premier League era, with Chelsea winning 27 times against 14 wins for the Hammers. The Blues were excellent against Manchester United despite somehow being held to a 1-1 draw, but got back to winning ways against Watford. Regular readers will know this column isn't the place for nuanced, balanced conversation. Chelsea and under 3.5 goals is 13/10. Now if that's not a F-King bet, I don't know what is. Betting, Chelsea and under 3.5 goals at 13/10, Paddy Power. Newcastle v Burnley. Newcastle remain the only team in England's top 4 leagues yet to win a game this season. 7 points from 14 matches is a rancid return. Brentford and Norwich were must-win games and they didn't win either of them. So how big is this Saturday now for the Magpies? Odds on to go down as things stand. Anything other than 3 points here would be a proper body blow to their survival hopes. Not many teams bottom at Christmas end up getting out of Dodge. Burnley are second from bottom and also scrapping for their lives. The atmosphere should be ridiculously lively, but the draw looks a real runner at 12/5. Betting, draw at 12/5, Paddy Power. Southampton v Brighton. I'll tell you one thing I've not done much of during the pandemic, eat crisps. In related news, I ate 2 bags of salt and vinegar discos last week and was genuinely unable to feel my tongue for the next 3 to 5 working days. Southampton had their arses handed to them by Liverpool last weekend, and I make Brighton live dogs here in a game that may not produce many goals. Betting, Brighton to win 1-0 at 17/2, Paddy Power. Wolves v Liverpool. The Wolves have been a nightmare to bet on this season for me personally. I had an eye-watering amount of cash on them to beat Norwich last Saturday and they of course ended up drawing 0-0. I was so distraught I almost drowned in a pool of melancholic tears. The irascible Mo Salah, as you might expect, is favourite to score first, but Sadio Mane at 4s is worth a look. 102 goals in 243 Premier League appearances is no jokes. A Golden Boot winner in 2018-19 no less. What's not to like? Betting, Maine to score first at 4-1, Paddy Power. Watford v Manchester City. Watford haven't kept a clean sheet in any of their last 24 Premier League matches, the longest current run of any team. So they probably aren't relishing a square go against the champions this weekend. You want to make some money? And let's face it, we could all do with a few bob as that 20 in the petrol tank ain't 20ing like it used to. May I therefore suggest backing City -2 here. City's XG, expected goals, rating is 2.31, the second best in the division, behind Liverpool. Mark these words, they are going to run through the Hornets like a hot knife through a beef and vegetable pasty. Betting, Man City, -2, at 17/10, Paddy Power. Leeds United v Brentford. Huge win for Leeds in midweek, and they can follow that by beating the Bees. Peacocks have not really been at it so far at home this season, but they looked pretty solid the other night and I love Rafinha. Love his slinky swagger. He might just be the best James Bond we never had. Betting, Leeds to win at 19/20, Paddy Power. Manchester United v Crystal Palace. The godfather of gegenpressing, Ralf Rangnick, has been given the short-term gig at Manchester United. I am excited to be joining Manchester United and focused on making this a successful season, joked Rangnick on Monday. They are miles off the pace in the title race. Indeed, even a top 4 finish is going to be a stretch this season after their iffy start. But surely they can do Palace? Surely. Despite some dogshite performances, despite their leaky defense and their over-reliance on David De Gea, this is a game the Red Devils can win. Log it. Betting, Manchester United to win and both teams to score at 11/5, Paddy Power. Tottenham v Norwich City. Twitter is never shy when it comes to the old hyperbole, is it? Laugh out loud moment the other night when Norwich equalized against the Toon and one wag posted imagine how many goals Pucky would score in the Bundesliga, 50 to 70 a season. To the originator of that tweet, maybe now is the time to stop sniffing Tip X? Tottenham had managed just 11 goals in 12 matches before Thursday's clash with Brentford. That's a mental stat when you think they've got Harry Kane up front. For their part, the Canaries have the fewest goals scored in the division. 8 from 14 means they are averaging 0.57 per game. Despite these stats, under 2.5 goals is still odds against. And I've no idea why. Betting, under 2.5 goals at 6/5, Paddy Power. Aston Villa v Leicester City. The Foxes won 2-1 at Villa last season, but never mind all that. James Maddison is absolutely flying at the minute and has scored 3 goals in his last 3 games. Hipsters are falling over themselves to add him to their FPL teams. I prefer to roll the dice at 8-1 and have a bash on him scoring first at Villa Park. Maddison may look like the guy who sells Sky TV packages in shopping centers, but trust me, he can play at bit. Betting, Maddison to score first at 8-1, Paddy Power, Everton v Arsenal. Everton fans leaving the Merseyside derby the other night after 19 minutes was rascal behavior. Everton have not won a football match since September 25. They were battered 4-1 by Liverpool and now face Arsenal at Goodison. The Everton squad apparently visited Alder Hey Children's Hospital on Tuesday. It was so heartbreaking to see their sad little faces with no hope, said Sonny, age 6. Betting, Arsenal to win and both teams to score at 130th, Paddy Power, odds correct at the time of publication. 18+. Please gamble responsibly. Visit begambleaware.org.